Previously we have seen how to model constant power load, constant current load, constant impedance load, and also the combined load also. So accordingly we have to consider this dp by dv value, dq by dv value, right? And also the source modeling, how we have done, we have validated also the constant power, constant impedance, and constant current. Today what we are going to do, that's the validation not the validation, what is the impact of different grid short circuit current on loads. So what does it mean? It means we'll consider, firstly we'll consider the source as infinite source. Later on we'll consider different short circuit currents, the source current, three-phase short circuit current. We'll change this value, short circuit current value, and we will see what will be the impacts on this load, what will be the real power or reactive power, what may be the changes in this grid bus voltage. We will see, and we will do that exercise in this video. So it is, the source is already modeled, load is already modeled. Using this multimeter we are measuring real power, reactive power, Vrms for this grid bus, 400 kV bus, RMS voltage and current. So these are the parameters we are measuring here. This is voltage curve, real power curve, reactive power curve, and RMS current curve. So let's consider the source, which is 400 kV 50 Hz system. This is considered as infinite bus, means the source is infinite. That's why positive sequence impedance is not required, zero sequence impedance is also not required. So in this case, let's simply run the simulation, and we will see. Yes, so we have got the results. We have got the results. So 400 kV, that is RMS voltage. This voltage is 400 kV because we have considered as infinite source. Source is 400 kV, so the bus voltage is also 400 kV. Real power is 100.652 megawatt. So this is basically 100 megawatt, sorry, this is 100 megawatt load here. P naught is 100 megawatt, so it is 100.652 megawatt. There's a slight difference. And reactive power 62.379, here it is, Q naught is 61.97, right? So there is a slight difference, but this is the modeling considering the infinite source. One thing we can do, we can take a sniff of this just to compare with other cases. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll change the infinite source, we'll change this, and we'll provide this positive sequence values here, these positive sequence values. Considering this 40 kiloampere, corresponding X by R ratio is 14. This is the resistance value and reactance value. Let's take this resistance and reactance value. So this is AX, means reactance value, and we are done. So positive sequence impedance, you can see now Z1, equals to R1 plus JX1. Now quickly run this simulation and we will check the voltage, real power, reactive power and the currents. So now this is not the infinite source, and that's why the voltage for this 400 kV bus is reduced from 400 kV to 398.993, almost 399 kV, 399 kV and not 400 kV. And this is the real power 100.679. What was the previous value? Yes, previously it was 400 kV for the bus voltage. Here 100.652, now it is 100.679, almost same. At the reactive power 62.397, 62.379, slight change, and current is 171 ampere. Here it is 172 ampere, almost same. So the major change is this bus voltage V. And what we have done here, we have, why this real power and reactive power is not getting changed. Reason is that we have modeled this load as the constant power load. How I am claiming this is constant power load, because dp by dv value is 0 and dq by dv value is 0. That means this load is modeled as constant power load. So what it will be means, irrespective of the voltage or the current values, this load is constant power. That means there will not be changes in this real power, specifically for this real power. So 100 megawatt, almost it will be very close to this 100 megawatt only. Now just to validate my statement, let's consider this as the combination of the three types of loads, means constant power load, constant impedance load and constant current load. We'll check that value also. What will be the impact on this real power and this reactive power, right? So now this is 100.679 megawatt is the real power and 62.397 is the reactive power, right? Now we are considering now three types of loads, means combined loads. We have already seen how to model this combined load. Means constant power dp by dv value. So this is constant power corresponding to constant power load. This is corresponding to constant current load. And part C, this 2 dp by dv value, dp by dv index 2 corresponds to constant impedance load. So three types of loads are considered here, and this 45% is a constant power load, 20% is constant current load, and remaining means 100% minus 45% plus 20% means total 35%, balance 35% load is constant impedance load. So all these three types of combinations are there. Now let's check. Now let's run the simulation and we'll check this real power and reactive power also. Yes, so now it is 100.153. that means there is a slight change but not drastic change. Here it is 61.965. this is also, there is a slight change, not a drastic change. But there will be a drastic change if this source parameters is changed. Let's say we are considering, instead of 40 kiloampere, if the source current, means grid short circuit level is 10 kiloampere. So in that case let's model this resistance value and reactance value here. Let's run this. So what we can say, when the grid is weak, in that case, since this is not constant power load, this is the combination of three types of loads, means 45% constant power, 20% constant current, and balance 35% is the constant impedance load. The load real power is changed from 100 megawatt to 99.473 megawatt. And here also you can see the change. RMS voltage, RMS voltage is changed from 400 kV to 395 395.977, means almost 396 kV. So 396 kV instead of 400 kV, almost 4 kV voltage is reduced here because of weak grid and this combined load. Let's consider only constant power load. What will happen? Maybe a slight change we can notice. This is constant power load, and corresponding 10 kiloampere, what we have considered, this 10 kiloampere is the source grid strength, and we will run the simulation just to check this voltage. 395.912. So there is a slight change, but not much. But compared to that 40 kiloampere or 50 kiloampere source, this voltage is reduced drastically. So instead of 400 kV, now it is 396, almost 396 kV, right? Because in case of infinite bus, what we have seen, this voltage was exactly 400 kV. This was exactly 400 kV, right? But whenever we are considering this infinite, this is not the infinite source, and we are giving some positive sequence and negative sequence, means positive sequence resistance and reactance values, and that time this voltage will come down. So it is now 395.9 kV, right? So these are the exercises what we have done in this video just to understand and to analyze that what will be the impact of source, whether it is infinite bus, whether it is infinite source or weak strong grid or weak grid, and what will be the impact of that source on this load. So in this video, up to this.